The industrial action declared by the Judicial Service Staff Association of Ghana, JUSAG, has brought justice delivery to a halt as clients of the courts are turned away. The law court complex housing the High Court in Accra, which is usually busy, was virtually empty when Citi News visited. JUSAG declared an indefinite strike on Wednesday over non-approval of their new and improved salary structure for the period between 2023 of January and December 2024. A disappointed client of the court spoke to Citi News.
Nobody is there to tell you when to even expect they are coming. Nobody is there to tell you even what to happen next.
You didn't know they were on strike?
No. We were informed that they will be on strike. I think I heard yesterday in the evening. So I'm here to check. I don't know it will be so abrupt. So maybe they normally give us hints that if by the government didn't do this or that, they will go on strike. But this one, to be frank, I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard any hints at all. So we are kind of frustrated. No, I'm a litigant. I can say my company, I work for my company. My company is Royal Bell Investments Limited. I'm also an agent of the Osustool. I'm in charge of all Osustool cases. We have Osustool has more than 70 cases pending in this court. We come here every day, daily. It's a daily affair. So we are kind of frustrated.
How frustrating is it?
Very, very, very frustrating. You see, the issue is that normally when problems come to court, you come to court, take a date, so that you know the next court date that you come. This one it's not like that.
Now, joining me in studio now is my colleague Charles Osukumi, who visited some courts here in the Greater Accra region. Charles, many thanks for your time. So, first of all, let us know which of the courts you were able to go and what was happening when you got there.
Okay, so we went to the law court complex and also the circuit court, which is just around the Supreme Court. So the law court complex is the one that's at the ministry's area. Now, if you know the place, it's a very busy area. That building houses the High Court in Accra. It's a 5-story building. Lots of legal services are done over there, and so it's a very busy place. But today was virtually empty. There were just two front desk people. I asked them, you guys are on strike, what are you doing here? And they said, well, their job is to turn people away. One of the things that were indicated on the document that announced the strike action was that all gates were supposed to be locked by security men. But today, it wasn't so. So we were allowed into the premises. And then policemen came in. So we were doing our filming, trying to get our interviews. The police came in. They spoke to the security for the judicial services. And then a few moments later, we were told to get out. Now, these front desk people, they told us that their job is to turn people away. So you come in, if you're coming to, get legal service, you're allowed into the building. But when you get to the main entrance, you're told to return because they're on strike. So we had to step outside because the security wouldn't let us continue filming inside the building. So from there, we went to the circuit court. The circuit court is in the same enclave as the Supreme Court. That's where we met a police prosecutor who had come to prosecute two suspects, two young men. The young men told us that they've been in police custody for the past 6 months, and their crime is that they are alleged to have stolen a mobile phone. So they were hoping that the judicial process would speed up and then their case would be resolved, but that isn't to be because of this strike. Now, their case would have to be prolonged even further. As for the police prosecutor, he was surprised because he says that he was in court yesterday, but this strike was announced late afternoon yesterday, so he had no idea what was going on over there.
Would you say that with your monitoring that you did, a lot of people are still not aware of this particular industrial action?
Well, some people are not aware. I mean, the strike is just a day old. For some people, they uninitiated. For some people, their cases, their lawyers are the ones leading these cases. So the lawyer would inform you to come to court on this date. Some people are not in the known whether there's a strike action, so they come to the court and call their lawyer, and the lawyer told them that, hey, there's a strike action, so there's a strike, and so the case cannot be heard. And
wow.
they mentioned issues about finances because they have to fund their transportation to the court and then pay their lawyers also because, you know, lawyers, they'll take their money whether, whether the case is heard or not.
I would want us to talk about the scheduled meeting with the Judicial Council. We understand that JUSAG opted out. Why did they do so?
So everybody wants this case resolved and so that JUSAG would get back to the court. Because one of the gentlemen I spoke to this morning said that the court is what we all have. That's what everybody can have access to. The poor, the rich, you know, that's where you go and seek justice. So everybody wants the courts open and given access to everybody. So we all want this resolved. Now, a meeting was scheduled today between the Judicial Council and JUSAG to try and find resolution to the issues, but JUSAG refused to go into that meeting. Their reason is that they don't understand why there are policemen on their premises. They say that the policemen have been brought in to intimidate them. And so until these issues are resolved, they are not ready and prepared to go into any meeting with the Judicial Council.
Finally, what does it leave us with then? It means that the strike is going to...
Yes, the strike goes on unabated, and that's what they tell us, that until now, their position is that until the president approves the new salary structure for them, they are not going back. And what even upset them at today's events, the fact that the policemen were brought in, and we're also told that there was a Supreme Court sitting earlier in the morning, and that cannot happen without the services of the workers of JUSAG. So they're saying that their members have been intimidated, some of them, to go and work for the Supreme Court, and they want some of these issues discussed and resolved before any meeting to discuss the substantive matter.
I'm grateful for the update today. Charles Osukume is here at the Citi Newsroom, bringing us up to speed with regard to the JUSAG strike here in the Greater Accra region.